My name is Lionel Moodley. I'm 55 years old, and my journey with this started 22 years ago. In 1999, I suffered a severe heart attack, and subsequent to that, I went for a quadruple bypass. Whilst in hospital, I was approached by one of the researchers from TRED, tried to encourage me at that moment in time. I was very skeptical. I don't know what she was talking about. I thought research, and I'd already gone through this quadruple bypass, and hence I agreed. Because I had had the operation done in Tiger Hospital, which was a government hospital, and I didn't have access to a private hospital. Every time I needed to go and see the doctor at the hospital, I needed to go through the day hospital. Made it very difficult. So you first have to go wait in the lines at the day hospital, and sometimes you don't make it today because they say come back tomorrow. I found that being with research sort of was a feather in my cap, because at least I had an open door to the doctors at the hospital, and being research as such had a whole, their staff complement was made up of doctors, nurses, dietitians, and so forth. So I had access to all of them, even the professor there of the heart unit, I had access to him as well. So that sort of helped me and sort of eased my burden of visiting the hospitals with TRED and the doctor's involvement. I recovered and I was then medically boarded from work. I am a patient of them, and I'm also a patient advocate. And the patient advocate entails, based on more than 20 years of being with TRED. A few years ago, it was 15 years being with TRED. The professor felt she had a long chat with me and asked me if I didn't want to speak to patients. Some patients were skeptical, like I was in the beginning, and so I could relate to them. I would then encourage them, and majority of them has not been on the research now for years now. We know one another, in sense of they always would look for me, and they first want to know how am I doing, and I would be worried about how they're doing. I also further would want to mention that the staff are extremely well. Outstanding, from nurses from the receptionist down to everyone that works there, to the professor herself. They have an open door relationship with the patients, with myself. If I had a problem, I could speak to them. If the patients had a problem, I could relate that problem to them, and hence they would assist. They make the patients a family, feel like a family. So if the patients are sick, they would in turn send flowers. If something had happened to the family, they would send flowers and condolences and whatever, you name it. I just feel they make you feel part of the family, and it's a pleasure being with people that care.